episode 106, Return to Sender. I love the name.
This is the episode that finally like got me, where I was like, okay, I'm drawn in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I was slow warming up to it. And honestly, like the first season, it was slow all like until the very end for me. But like this is where I was like, okay, I'm locked in. I'm ready to see where where this is going.
This is the episode that I said I'm dying to know who your LVP is, because I'm gonna die if we have the same LVP. But it's I love the corny shots that this show has so many times, like the slow motion montages at the ends of the episodes, and then like Dexter answering the phone and the hard zoom in on his face. As he's told the location of the crime scene, and it's his crime scene. There were all kinds of goofs with this couple, because so Jorge passed out before Dexter's needle went in him. And there's all kinds of goofs with Valerie. So he walks in and, not chopping up Valerie came back to bite him. But I'm sorry, really? The serial killer's a diver now too?
Was found her body pretty easy for some reason.
I mean, I get it. He was probably stalking him. Really?
But he couldn't have been, right? Because we'll talk. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But this was really hard this required a lot of suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Like he walks in and she's just, his victim's just laying there. Her nipples were hard.
Yeah. In death. Maybe it was rigor mortis of the nipples.
Rigor mortis of the nipples. I need to change my name. Nipple rigor mortis. Yeah, so her nipples were hard and she was breathing.
Yeah, she was definitely breathing.
Yeah, she was just pretending to be dead, because
they've really moved away from using bodies. Like they so often do like this hyper realistic dummy. You see them in Yellow Jackets all the time, in the like behind the scenes shots, with especially Sammy Hanratty is always taking pictures with all the dead body like things, dummies. But like because of stuff like that, and they have the ability to make them so hyper realistic now. But yeah, she was so obviously alive like the whole time. It was a little silly.
It made me actually think about what it's got to be like to play a naked dead body on a TV show. Like your naked body, first of all, is going to be like viewed by however many people for however long, but also like you're laying there surrounded by people. I don't know. It just seems like it would be terrifying.
I hope she got a great pay bump for that, because she doesn't have any lines.
Yeah.
So I hope she negotiated a good payday for that, because it had to be that probably took like at least a 12-hour day to shoot, and she like lay like that all day.
Oh my God. Seriously. We then find out that there is a young Cuban boy in the trunk. And this kid was so adorable.
Yeah.
and he loved LaGuerta.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cute.
I really like that storyline.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is actually what got me to start liking LaGuerta, because like
Me too.
she was just so nasty. And I think most of why I like her is I just really like Lauren Velez. I just think like I just really loved the way that she played Maria. Like, she just had a very nuanced portrayal of her, you know? Like, I think she
Where I'm
did.
at now, I love her.
Yeah.
I did not, especially like her crush on Dexter is very creepy. And then
Yeah.
the way she's like very openly creeping on Dexter, but then shitting all over his sister at the same time is so
Right?
weird. Like, why would they're obviously so close? Why would you like treat her so horribly all the time if you're trying to like hook up with her brother? But
Yeah. Yeah, it's
weird
really
call.
weird. It's
I'm glad
very
they walked
strange.
away from that. Like, it was not a good plot line.
Yeah, so am I, because I could not. There's no way they could get me to like her if they kept up with that. Like,
No.
it was just way too creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Way
She's
too
his
creepy.
boss.
Yeah, I know.
Stop.
But yeah, like, it's just you can kind of tell, like, I mean, Maria is just like taken with this kid right away. We haven't actually met Paul yet, have we?
No, he's on the phone.
Yeah, we just got him on the phone in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we finally get introduced to Paul, her abusive ex, and he's getting out of jail and he wants to come to Asher's birthday party, which, poor kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really sad. They flush a goldfish and Cody does not seem all that broken up about it, which is really hilarious.
So, can I have cereal now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute and weird.
Yeah. Asher, they're planning for Asher's birthday and she's picking out a cake. Like, she seems excited enough about it. I felt so bad for Asher in this whole episode. My God.
Yeah.
This poor girl.
It was relatable for me. It was real, like, yeah. It was tough. Yeah. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad she got to have the birthday she wanted.
I know. Anyway, I kind of jumped around there, but Masuka, back to the trailer, Masuka finds the needle mark on her neck. Mm-hmm. And, Dexter, of course, immediately tries to claim, no, that looks like a bug bite.
You're crazy.
Yeah, that does not look like a bug bite. They LaGuerta and Dokes and Deborah start searching the garage. And they find the latrine first. And then they also find a phone number and name written of Marielle. So they take that down and we get some. Right after this, we get a flashback, another flashback of Deborah, and this flashback seemed kind of weird to me. I guess they were just trying to like establish that Deborah just felt like an outsider. I don't know.
Yeah.
They really get into that a lot in the prequel series in Original Sin.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Deborah feeling left out is explored quite a bit in the prequel series.
It's so strange that, like, I get that the hunting trips are for Dexter, But you
Yeah.
couldn't like do one with Deborah so she doesn't feel so excluded.
Well,
Like,
they do a better job of explaining why it was such a big deal for her in the prequel series too, because their mom had just died like the year before.
yeah.
And when suddenly like, and she didn't have, like she was really close to their mom, and so when Dexter and Harry were like off doing Dexter shit, Deborah was like, well, it sucks. Like they're off doing stuff without me, and I just lost my mom, and it's like you feel really bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she suddenly just like totally feels like an outsider. Um, but anyway, they track down Mariel, and they question her, and she talks to them about what happened in the night, and they ask Mariel about Oscar, the kid, and she didn't know anything about him. Masuka makes Dexter shit his pants at work. Shows him a lab report showing M99 in Valerie's system.
Can we talk about this?
Yes.
And he's like, oh no, my alias is on this list. And his alias is Dr. Patrick Bateman.
I'm assuming because nobody said it's also in the prequel series too. He uses that alias. I'm assuming that it's kind of like the word zombie, and like
Just
in the
American
Dexterverse
doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I'm going to suspend my disbelief, because how could you pick a worse alias?
Right.
Mr. Serial Killer.
He even talks about like how it sounds so wholesome. The name sounds so wholesome, and like, so yeah, I'm assuming American Psycho does not exist in this universe.
Yeah. Not a great name if you're trying to stay low key about your murdering.
But yeah, like the only way you can get that stuff is with the DEA license. And so, Dexter should have gotten caught so many times in this series. It's wild. People love Rita. I can't say anything bad about her personally. She's very sweet. But oh my God, she calls Dexter at work about everything.
Dexter. Ooh, Dexter. We need a cake. I do love Julie Benz.
Yeah.
She's great. Unless she's doing accent work. No offense, girl.
Yeah, I just, oh my God, she drives me nuts. Like, she like, granted, you feel for her because she's been through a lot, and
they make her so, like, every time they show Rita, she's got like a halo glowing around her, and she's just like she's just so pure and wholesome and like beautiful and sweet and like blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, I like Rita, honestly. Like, I really grew to enjoy her character a lot. But yeah, especially like early on, they really lay it on thick. Like, she's perfect. She hates sex and she's beautiful. And she doesn't need anything.
Oh my God. Yeah. So the she calls Dexter. She tells him, she's upset because Paul wants to come to Asher's birthday party, and it's sweet that Dexter's like got his hands full and like pretty much never sleeps between his job and his Dextering, but he's still like, he's like, yeah, I'll come over later. Like, It is really sweet.
Yeah.
But so the homicide team is searching Jorge Castillo's house, and Dokes is suspecting that he killed the wife. Deborah's thinking it's a copycat because Valerie was bled out. Dokes' phone keeps ringing, and Deborah's like, "Who the hell are you avoiding?" And he's like, "We've got one more stop to make." So before that happens, before that happens, we see Dexter returning to the salvage yard. He climbs in the car. He climbs in the trunk of the car and looks through the people to see what Oscar could have seen. And he realizes, like, if Oscar was looking through that peephole when he was there, then he definitely saw him kill Valerie. So we find out that Dokes is taking Deborah to his mom's house for dinner. And she's basically his getaway excuse. I mean, these women seemed great.
Right?
Yeah. And then cheesecake. Like,
the woman that plays his mom is from Family Matters. I love her.
Oh my god.
I wish I could remember the actress's name. I'm so bad at that.
Oh my god. I used to love Family Matters. I didn't even recognize her. Oh my god.
She's the aunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they're like just Dokes is such a sourpuss. Like they're all just having a good time.
I know.
What did she say? Dexter's first words were "got fucking milk" or something like that.
Milk, motherfucker.
Yeah. Dead.
That's hilarious. But I love that
There
Deborah was like,
in an episode I just watched where Deborah says "fuck" like 6 times in one sentence. I was like, okay, girl, we get it, you cuss.
Oh, was it about the whole like internal affairs Yuki Yamato Quinn thing, or did you not get to that yet?
It's like episode 3 maybe of season 5.
Okay.
I can't even remember what's happening at that moment, but yeah.
Is she in the elevator?
I don't think so.
Because there's a scene where she's in an elevator. I think it's season 5. And she just unleashes the whole like. Actually, I think maybe it was season 4. She just she unleashes like 10 fucks in a row. But yeah, like
that's fucking great. Let's go fucking check.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you have Tourette's?
I loved though that she was like, you know what? I'd love some cheesecake. You go wait in the car, Dokes.
Yeah. I love that scene. It was great. And again, pushes my love for the two of them as a couple. Like, she blends right in with his family. She's giving him shit. Like, I loved it.
And his family seems perfectly lovely, and he's avoiding them. And like, if they had gotten together, maybe he'd be nicer to them.
Right?
Oh man. Oh wait, I just have to interrupt here because Val just said I love Deb until the last 2 seasons. It's funny because that's when I started liking her.
I really go back and forth on her. Like,
yeah. I won't tell you the major thing that happens with her toward the end, but the role that she's playing in like the last season, especially, is something that is usually very hard to watch, and not usually well done.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have gone really bad. Like, just a lot of like self-harming and self-sabotage and all that kind of stuff. But she does it really, really well. I mean, Jennifer Carpenter's a great actress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She is
She's,
a
yeah,
she
it
is a
like
brilliant actress.
watching anybody else play the storyline that she played in season 8 might have been extremely painful to watch, but like
My singular nitpick about her acting is that she is obviously really into Michael C. Hall. Like they obviously like are into each other. They're both great actors, but
yeah,
like it's a little. I mean, I know they're not, you know, they're not directly related, but still.
yeah,
Ugh.
yes, yeah, yeah. That gets brought up later on in the show.
Oh no.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Gross. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, we go to Rita's house. She's filling Dexter in on Paul, and like Astor was actually the one who called the police the last time.
That's so sad.
I know.
That
I know.
hurt me.
And Cody was like, and Cody's too young that he doesn't understand. Which is really sad. How about this dream that Dexter had?
Nothing goes bump in Dexter's night.
Oh my god.
Not even
Okay.
once.
First of all, it was a little cheesy. But why was Deborah in her sex suit? Because
yes,
like,
why was Deborah in her sex worker outfit? Whose decision was that?
I know. Like,
she's like, oh, Dex, what a problem we're having. Like, it was bizarre.
Was she in her sex worker outfit because he was like thinking that she'd end up like going back to Vice because of him for some reason, or did he just want to picture his sister?
More sense than anything in the scene.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a weird choice to me. It just came off as weird.
He is like contemplating getting caught because he is like in a precarious situation and trying to cover his tracks rapidly. And like there's like the part where he's thinking about Rita and she's like, her husband was a crackhead and her boyfriend's a serial killer. It's not gonna look great. Like, poor Rita.
Yeah.
I don't. That was such a bizarre choice to put her in that outfit.
I know. It was very strange. But yeah, I mean, he was basically
started her in her regular cop outfit, and then transitioned her into the like sex worker outfit. It would make more sense for what you're saying. Like he's afraid him being caught will cost her status, but she's like, maybe he's really wanted an excuse to show her in the outfit again because it made no sense to me.
Yeah, I totally didn't understand that at all. But and like I don't know, this whole dream was just way too like I don't know, it was weird. And like and Harry's like walking the dead naked Valerie out. It was just really bizarre.
Props to that actress for being nude so long in this episode.
Yeah, she was naked a lot.
That's rough.
But and then the best part was he sees the silhouette of, the unnamed ice truck killer like holding the the Barbie doll's head. It was just so weird. It was just a bizarre dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, the next day, Dexter hacks into Masuka's email after he gets through all the porn. He finally deletes his name from the list of.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Once I cleared through all the porn, it was easy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm bummed that Masuka's only trait is being disgusting. Like,
I know.
They really need to round out his character a little bit.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's funny because I was watching, so the YouTube or the Showtime YouTube channel is doing like Dexter rewatches right now with like various celebrities and cast members, and they had C.S. Leon, who plays Masuka, with, I can't remember who he was with, but they were watching New Blood, and Masuka in New Blood has hair, and he's got this like, this thick head of hair, and and C.S. Lee was like, I want like a whole episode dedicated to how Masuka loses his hair.
I would like to see that.
Yes. Like he just shaves it all off in a fit of rage one day.
Just won't grow back.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It was probably related to some sex thing, and they just kept it. He shaved his head for some sex thing, and then he ended up liking it. But yeah, so anyway, Dexter's trying to shoot down all of the leads on the case, and Deborah nails him with her profile.
Yeah. How does she not realize that she's describing her brother?
Yeah.
Like, how does that not register to her at all?
I don't know.
That really bothered me, because it's not like Deborah's dumb. She's a good cop. Like, I don't know. I find that really odd. Like, especially when he starts rattling, he's like mid-30s, single, isolated, like, how did that not like click any? I don't know. Maybe she just is so like, can't see that being Dexter. It doesn't occur to her as like a possibility. But for me, it was strange. Like, you literally just wrote your brother's profile. Like,
yeah,
and then he's reading it back to you, and you're not picking anything up from that. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of hurts her feelings.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, he's just, he's just being honest. Like, he's not being honest, but like,
he's right that it's not a copycat.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we get more flashbacks. We get another flashback of the Morgans, and Deborah steals Harry's gun, and she's practicing shooting, and she's like, Harry catches her and gets upset. She gets annoyed with Dexter.
She calls him Spock, right?
Oh, does
she? Is that what she says at the end? She says, like, wait, like when she's like leaving and she says something to Dexter, and she calls him a name. And I've watched this episode 3 times now, and I should have done it with subtitles, but I am almost positive she calls him Spock, which is hilarious. Like,
how did I not notice that? Oh, that's so funny.
It's the last thing she says in that scene.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I like that he gave her the can. That was kind of cute. I genuinely enjoy Dexter and Deborah in flashbacks.
Yeah, the actors are great.
Yeah.
They're they're both excellent for the, like, junior versions of the adult characters.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
In this yet, but
Um,
Harry, I only oh, sorry, I
oh
got
no,
some lag there for a second. Harry, I've only ever seen him in Sex in the City.
yeah,
Did you ever watch? Yeah, where he's Richard with the
yeah.
long perfect dick. I have such a hard time taking him seriously in this show.
I had a
'Cause
hard
all
time
like
with it at
all
first.
yeah. Especially now that he's like Dexter's literal Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Just like, go bother Kim Cattrall. Like, you're not
Right?
helpful.
Yeah. It took a while for me to get used to it. Because
Mhm.
I still saw him as Richard for
Yeah. I've
a
never seen
long
him in
time.
anything else.
Yeah.
So the association is very strong in my mind still.
Yeah. Dexter was the hardest for me because
Oh, of course. Yeah,
he's
because
like,
6 feet under, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like night and day. I mean, just watching him have sex with women was weirding me out.
I've only watched the first 2 seasons of 6 Feet Under, but like, you just showing that clip from from season 1, right? Like, it's like he's so much younger and like sweeter, and it's like it's almost hard to reconcile that it's the same
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Michael C.
It
Hall's
was
good.
so
He's pretty
strange.
good.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, it was just so strange for me. Like I'm like, no, you should be like in a suit and clean shaven and with your boyfriend with your big hunky boyfriend Keith and crying about how you need more attention.
Why did they show him shaving in the opening credits when he literally always has stubble?
Because that was in the opening credits before Michael C. Hall was like, "Hey, can I please not have to shave for this show?"
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because he always had to be clean shaven for 6 Feet Under. But yeah, it was just so weird. Like, just I had a hard time adjusting to Dexter. As amazing as he was from the start, it was just so weird for me because it was such a departure. Like, it was such a difference from playing David Fisher. Oscar has been working with a sketch artist to describe the guy that he saw. And Dexter sneaks into the room and sneaks a look at the sketch, but he just sees eyes that don't really look like anything at all. And meanwhile, Maria is like totally bonding with Oscar.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, she wants to adopt this kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
she was
very cute.
yeah, she was definitely considering it. But they found his uncle and who like see, and his uncle wasn't like some weird dude. He seemed like a really decent guy, and
Yeah.
so he was happy to see him. So that was sweet. But of course,
Yeah.
Maria was happy and sad at the same time.
It was a very, like, bittersweet scene. Like, it really turned me around on her character, and I was not enjoying her character before that. It was
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I liked it. It like it was nice because she kind of it made you sympathetic to her too because she talked about how like she was so drawn to this kid because like she said she was like him.
Mhm.
She was left on her own to grow up with people she didn't know, and and she didn't know English, and it was like it helped you sympathize with her.
Definitely.
Um
Jeez Louise.
or asked her what's her bed. Like, this poor kid. She's obviously very
so traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she comes back in the room and then she asks Rita, she's like, is it okay if I don't have my party? That was really sad. Because none of the kids' parents wanted their kids to go to the party because Paul was coming. And Cody let that slip at school. So that was really sad. So Dexter, this is not the only time that Dexter gets rid of all of his shit. Which is kind of painful. But he takes out his blood slides. I thought he was actually going to have sex with this blood slide box at a certain point.
He is attached to that box.
Yeah. He was about to make sweet, sweet love to that blood slide box. But he was, examining the blood slides and noticed that Valerie's slide had a happy face etched into it. And he realizes that it was a hint from the ice truck killer.
Mm-hmm. Unless he has Dexter's apartment bugged where he's filming him, how did he know where to find the box of blood slides?
I don't know.
That really bothered me, but
I know.
It's a cool touch. Obviously he's got Dexter under some intense surveillance, but how intense are we talking here?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so so anyway, Dexter's back in Dexter mode and he plants Jorge's fingerprints and a drop of Valerie's blood onto a knife and hides it in the salvage yard and convinces Jokes to organize another search. And one of the cops finds the knife. We get 2 scenes back to back. Asher's birthday party. Paul doesn't come. All the kids show up. It's a happy occasion. So that was nice. She got to have her birthday party. I'm sorry, not her birthday party. Her birthday party.
Birthday.
There was no H in the happy birthday sign.
It was her birthday.
Yeah.
That was so bittersweet with her making her wish. And she's like, I already got my wish. My dad's not here. Oh, this poor little girl.
I know. Dexter shits his pants again because they're at the salvage yard and they've got the sketch of the man that Oscar saw. And it was Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. That was funny.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah, it was. That was pretty good. So are you giving your Sadie's Donuts award and
Donuts is going to La Guerta for this episode. This is the episode that made me enjoy her character and not hate her because I was kind of really hating on her before this. But yeah, I loved this episode. I loved the scenes with the kid and her just desperately trying to do right by the kid and make sure that he was taken care of and safe. I thought that was really sweet. Yeah. My dark passenger is going to Dexter in this episode for being such a calamitous mess.
Yeah,
he was really falling apart. I doubt I will have him on my LVP section very often, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him for this one because it was just a strange episode for him. It really, really running around making a mess of everything.
Yeah, he really was, wasn't he?
It
It
was
was
just,
kind of
it kills me
annoying.
that he's like, I'm so careful, I'm so genius and brilliant at hiding. I'm a hidden creature amongst a bunch of, whatever. Like, he's so into how like clean and perfect and skilled he is at like blending in, and then his like pseudonym is Dr. Patrick Bateman, and he dumps all the bodies in like a spot that someone was able to find in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's
Come
all
on,
because of
Dad.
Rita.
Yeah, it's all Rita's fault.
It's not Rita's fault.
No,
It's
I know.
but no, I mean it really is like, he was convinced he had to get himself a girlfriend, and it helped that she had kids, like these two really cute kids, and he started falling for her, and like that's when he started getting messy.
Yeah, it's true.
Um but yeah, my Sadie's Donuts award is actually going to go to Rita, um for saving Asher's party and telling Paul to stay the fuck home.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And my my Dark Passenger award is going to the writers for for never putting Deborah and Dokes together.
I agree.
Because, like, come on. Like, his family loved her.
Yeah.
And it made you not like, it made you dislike him a little more that he was like mean to his family, who seemed perfectly lovely.
I'd like to also give donuts to Dokes' entire family because they
Yeah.
seem amazing.
Yeah. I would totally hang out and eat cheesecake with them. Yeah, that was so stupid. Like, they totally should have put those two together. It would have been really interesting.
I think so. Actors have incredible chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Michael C. Hall was probably just like, they were probably gonna put them together, and Michael C. Hall was like, Don't put her with anybody. I don't want to watch her make out with anyone.
I get it. Because they are definitely a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really fun to go back and watch all this, like, just knowing how the whole series goes and everything. I if anybody is watching who has not seen through season 4, cut out now, and I just want to talk about, just for a few minutes, just talk a little bit about like what you're caught up with. So what I want to get your thoughts on Trinity.
Yeah, very cool. I really I really enjoyed John Lithgow's portrayal. He was incredible. Yeah. I love that they actually didn't solve it. Like, they really never, they like really did never figure it out until the very end, until it's way too late,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool. I liked when they introduced the aspect of the missing boys and how that's like something Lundy never caught because they weren't homicides. They were, missing children. Like, the way that season was laid out was very well done and interesting. Yeah, it was a great season. And his family, that was like the scariest part for me, was how volatile and like terrified his family was of him. Like, whew, yeah.
Yeah, for
Liz,
sure.
I really get why it's like people's favorite season. It's an excellent season of television. It loses points for me because of Lundy and Deb getting back together. That bummed me out a lot.
Okay. Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how popular of a theory it is, but I'm not the only one who thinks this, who suspects this. But I feel like I was really bummed when they killed off Lundy because I felt like they were setting something up. Where we would find out that Lundy actually like was completely onto Dexter and was not entirely against what he was doing.
Interesting.
Just because of certain things like when he made the comment to him when they were like with all of his bodies that they had dug up from the ocean, and Lundy had made some comment to him like about how murders.
We're talking about this. Why does he dump all his bodies in the same fucking spot? Like, when they show in the beginning of season 2, when they show the like sacks of bodies on the ocean floor and they're all in the same exact spot, like, how did you think no one was ever gonna find those?
I do not know.
Like,
and especially like, I mean, especially with, I mean, he's essentially preserving the bodies the way he dumps them too.
Like, it take way longer. Yeah.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Master of murder and disguise and getting away with it and throwing all his bodies into a 15-foot radius.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It makes very little sense.
Why wasn't he dumping them in the Everglades in the first place?
Oh, he starts out that way in the prequel series.
Oh.
It doesn't go well.
I mean, they do, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go very well. But no, I really like, because Lundy made that comment to him about how about the one time murder's acceptable, and that's the one time killing is acceptable, and that's like to save a life. It was just the way that he said it to him. Just, I don't know. It just kind of got my suspicions up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was really thrown off by the way that like Lundy seemed very genuine in him putting, protective detail on him once they suspected like that Dokes was the Bay Harbor butcher. And I just like, I was really confused because it really seemed to me and a lot of other people like they were going in that, like they might be going in that direction, and that could have been really interesting.
I definitely, that did not occur to me, but that would have been a great story, especially with his relationship with Deborah. Like, yeah, that would have been a great storyline. That's a bummer.
Yeah. And he was just like, he was always, he was always like trying to spend time with Dexter, and he told Deborah it was like, he gave Deborah the excuse that it was because he couldn't stand being around Masuka. But like, I don't know. He seemed to really like Dexter a whole lot. I don't know.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I can't wait for you to like finish all this stuff, and it'll probably be forever until you get to the prequel, because that's not even necessarily required watching before
this move really slowed me down. I was really making I was chugging along. I was getting through like a season a week almost. or even less sometimes. But yeah, like, yeah, I'm gonna get. Also the ending of season 4 really bummed me out. So
yeah,
I took a little space.
I hear ya.
To like gather my thoughts, but
Season 5 is tough to watch. I mean, like the material is it's really disturbing. I mean, it's just like, especially since the whole manosphere has kind of gotten out of control, and it's like, I swear to God, it's the guys that are in this season. I swear, like once a week at least, I run into some dude online who's just like, I see some comment from some dude online. I'm like, he's killed a woman before. Like, I mean,
yeah, that is a fact.
yeah. So that season 5 is really, it's hard to watch just because of the subject matter. Because what they do to the women are just it's so fucking horrible. But I really liked it though. It's season 6 where it starts getting goofy,
going off the rails.
Yeah. But you do get the awesome Demon Dexter painting in season 6, which I cannot wait till you see that. It is one of the funniest things ever. And I need to make a shirt with that on it because it's too fucking funny.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. But and some Dexter related news. Patrick Gibson, who plays Dexter in Original Sin, amazing, by the way. It's rumored that he is playing Bond in the new Bond video game. So
ooh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, kind of young. But I mean, he's 30.
Yeah, that's young for Bond.
Yeah. But anyway, oh, and you get to see Asher go a little off the rails in season 5.
That's gonna be fun.
But it's actually like it ends up being part of a. You think it's gonna be like a storyline about like Astor getting all dark, but it ends up being something else entirely different, and it's actually kind of interesting.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, so we will head out for the night. Val, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Everyone else who popped in. If we get more people in our chats, then we will definitely do a giveaway. I'm working on some cool merch because we finally have our website up. It's still under construction, but you can find it at cyborgqueenmedia.com. And we'll have I eventually want to put a schedule up there and all that fun stuff. And we'll have merch and whatever info you guys want to know about us. But thanks so much for joining us. And we will see you very soon. Oh, here we go.